Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast Life Guru. Today's topic is what to tell your kids about money, the 7 essential lessons. If I had $1 for every time I have been asked by a parent what to tell your kids about money, I'd be a millionaire. There are many different aspects of money management you can and should tell your children about. Here I will share with you what I believe are 7 of the most important principles. 1. Money can be exchanged for goods or services. This is one of the first few lessons you should teach your child once they are old enough to understand, usually around the age of 3 years. Next time you go down to the corner store to buy 1 or 2 items, let your child hand the money to the cashier. By doing so, they will gain a greater appreciation of the concept of being able to exchange money for things you want or need. 2. One should be careful with money. Some people I know seem to think that any coins with a value under 50 cents are just too small to be bothered using, and so when cleaning out their loose change from around the house will simply throw these smaller coins in the bin. What a waste. Encourage your child to be careful with all denominations of money, and show them how those small coins can add up, by starting a family small coins box. Maybe you could use the money to fund small family outings, a trip to the shop to get ice creams. 3. Money has to be earned. There are many people in the world these days that don't seem to have ever learned this lesson. They sit around home and expect handouts so they can live, or turn to a life of crime to fund their existence. Be careful not to give your child money every time he or she asks, without expecting anything in return, i.e., completion of household chores. 4. Encourage 1/3 savings, 1/3 donations, 1/3 spending. The exact proportions in which your child divides their money are up to each individual family to decide, based on their beliefs and the needs of the child. This can quite easily be achieved by providing them with 3 piggy banks or money boxes, 1 for spending, 1 for saving and 1 for donating. 5. Avoid borrowing money wherever possible. It is always much harder to repay money that has been borrowed, than to save your money. Some loans, such as home loans, tend to be unavoidable though. A good rule of thumb is if you don't have the cash to buy it, you can't afford it. 6. Money isn't your best friend, so don't let it control your life. Quite simply, try not to become so overcommitted with your finances that you are forced to work 60 to 70 hours a week to continue the lifestyle. If you do, then you are letting the money control your life. You don't usually need the fancy car and car loan, or overseas holiday and personal loan. All these things are nice, but only if you can easily afford them. 7. Show them how to budget and live within their means. This is one of the most important skills that your child must know, that so many people don't seem to know how to do. Recent surveys have shown that many people are spending 10% to 20% above what they earn. They are earning enough money to fund their lifestyle, but they simply aren't budgeting it, and so are wasting large amounts of money each week. With these 7 lessons under their belt, they will be off to a great start, but there are many more money skills that your child will benefit enormously from learning. To learn more, visit the Kids Money Tips website. Thanks.
Hello everyone, welcome. You are listening Life Guru podcast Hindi and English. Today's topic is teach your children about money. I firmly believe that if we'd been taught more about investing and basic money management in high school and younger, my generation wouldn't have some of the financial troubles that they do. I was lucky enough to have parents who taught me those lessons at home, but many of my friends weren't so lucky. I don't think much has changed for our own children. The schools just don't have the time or resources to focus on basic money skills, so it's up to us as parents to educate our children. We have to teach by example. If our children see us spending money on credit cards, they think that the little plastic card is all you need to get your heart's desire. We need to show them that the little plastic card produces a bill each month that must be paid. Pay it in full so they can learn the habit early. Some people are hesitant, or refuse to involve their children in their financial affairs. Up to a certain age I would agree. But at some point you need to involve your children at least a little bit so they can learn the process of money management, and it will help keep you accountable for your actions. Having to explain your frivolous purchases to your children can quickly alter your own habits. Your ultimate goal is for your children to be better off than you are. If you don't teach them about how to manage money, they could easily become worse off in their adult years. Don't burden them with ignorance. If you don't feel qualified to show them proper money handling skills, then enlist the help of qualified professionals or family members who are skilled with money. The goal is not perfection. It's basic education and hopefully preventing the already catastrophic credit card debt from spilling over into the next generation. My favorite example of teaching money management within the home was set up by the Dilly family. They had sextuplets several years ago and learned a way to teach their children good behavior and money management at the same time. The kids earn Dilly dollars for doing their chores and good behavior. The dollars are redeemable for video game time or can be converted to real money, 50 cents real money for every Dilly dollar, which can spent on real things. The kids are taught to save some of it and they learn to appreciate what it takes to make money in this world. Whatever system you come up with, stick with it. Make your children accountable for their own spending habits and be accountable to them for your decisions. Admit your mistakes and do your best to lead them down the right financial path. Stick with the consequences of poor judgment. Of course, you are the parent and make the final decisions, but the more you can involve them in the money processes of your household, the better off they'll be when they step into the real world on their own. Thanks.
Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast Life Guru. Today's topic is, let the teens manage their money. The teens want to have their own money. Teens want to have discretionary funds they can use without their parents poking at them and auditing all their cents. If the parents would let the teenagers manage their own money, they should be ready to give them advices on money management such as budgeting and fund management. In this way, they can be sure that their teens will not just squander their money on less important things. The following may help the teens manage their money. Teach the teens to save. Encourage the teens to open a savings account to deposit their earnings. Even just a few dollars a week will be good enough. If their parents are giving them allowances, they can talk to them and ask them to set aside some dollars in the bank. When the time comes that they need to withdraw, they will be amazed to see how much money they have saved. The teens want to have money and let them save. Teens must spend wisely. The biggest nightmare among the teens is to wake up with nothing to spend, yet the next allowance is still a few days away. They will be forced to borrow and this will only add more problems. Spending wisely is a must, especially to those with tight budget. If the school is just a walking distance, they should be happy to take a walk and enjoy that needed exercise. Need to go dating? Why not ask their crushes to have a chat with them in the park? This way they don't need to spend much. A can of soda could do the trick. The teens want to have money and let them spend wisely. Introduce the teens to fund management. There are many plans of fund management that are available to teens. With a few dollars, the teens can have the opportunity to increase their money under the watchful eyes of money experts. This will also add pride to the teens for having invested money like what the grown-ups did. In addition, requiring them to pay taxes out of their investment will make the teens contributors to the national coffers. The teens want to know the rudiments of fund management and let them know. Get a checking account. Getting a checking account will teach the teens some financial responsibility. Just imagine the teens issuing some checks for their purchases and/or services they acquired. Knowing that a bouncing check would have legal repercussions, the teens will be extra careful in handling their finances. The teens want to think big, so let them have their own checkbooks. Let them get credit cards. The feel in getting credit cards nowadays is greatly different as compared many years ago. Before, A person is jubilant when his application is approved because it proves that he is credit worthy. Today, credit card offers are numerous that it will make the eyes bulge. The teens must be extra cautious on the type of cards they will apply. The benefits are vaguely explained in the ads or in the emails when credit card companies promote these cards. Most often, actual charges and interest rates are hidden, only to make the teens sorry for just freely making purchases. Credit cards are there to allow the teens to purchase, but they have to purchase only those things that are needed. They must avoid being compulsive buyers. The teens want to have a say in their purchases and parents must allow them have credit cards. Parents have a lot to explain to their teens about money management. No matter what the teens want, the parents are in the best position to tell what is best for the teenagers. Just remember that the parents could contribute much to the success or failure of their teens. The teens want to have money and give them the golden opportunity. Let the teens manage their money and make them real money managers. Thanks.